As we are preparing to enter sacred space, think about, just for a moment, tune into that heart frequency and become aware of all those moments in this last year or your life, and all the moments to come in the coming year. And feel all the pinpointing of light and awareness that fills your being and fills your heart with that radiant core of love. And as we tune in to that time frame right now, we begin our journey. And we are so blessed to have you here right now. Awakening, aligning, activating, arising, arriving, aligning, ascending. And so I start this journey with the bowl, settling into the body temple and letting go of stories, letting go of anything that needs to flow through, and allowing the fullness and sweetness of life to enter through the gateway of the heart, the gateway of being. As we bring forth the 12 gratitudes through the 12 gateways and opening into the Omnitude and moving through the 12 grace points of light, as we bring forth 12 sound transmissions and 12 language of light messages. As we begin to open our hearts and feel all the sacred frequencies. And as we start this journey and go around the sacred wheel of creation, we begin the journey in the east as the gateway of light opening. And we feel, as that gateway opens, the first fingers of light rising on the horizon of our consciousness, connecting into that gateway as it opens. And we draw in the sacred breath, the threefold flame of the love of all that is, omnipresence, bhakti, the supreme intelligence, omniscience, mukti, and the divine sacred wisdom, omnipotence, Shakti. These three sacred gifts coming through the gateway of the East as we feel that vibration and connect in to these sacred and profound intentions of the heart. As As we feel the waters of creation being tuned in the body of the emotional, and we feel that vibration, as we connect into that vibration, we feel the light of all that is merging through the heart in the sacred shape of the icosahedron as it spins in all directions, sending through the heart, through the being, these three-fold flame essences. Breathing into that now and feeling the light of creation rise up and descend down. Shakti As we come around the sacred wheel, we move to the gateway of the south, and we tune into the frequencies of earth, our physical body. And we feel that gateway open to draw in the threefold flame of the love of all that is, omnipresence, Mukti, the supreme intelligence, omniscience, Bhakti, and the divine wisdom. Omnipotence, Shakti. And as that gateway opens, drawing into the center of the circle, into the center of our being, the sacred shape of the hexahedron, the power and the presence of that which opens. So our physical body is attuned, and we feel the grace of all that is. Feeling the power, the beauty, and the presence in this moment. Breathing in and connecting into the vessel, and how beautiful and powerful it is to be connected in heart and being. And as we move around the sacred wheel, we come to the gateway of the west. As we tune in to the mental body, the element of air, and the sacred shape of the octahedron, the power and presence, as the gateway of light that descends upon the horizon. And we feel the tuning of our thoughts, our consciousness, and the mental body, as it aligns in presence, in power, in awareness. And opening up that gateway, we experience the threefold flame, the love of all that is, omnipresence, the supreme intelligence, omniscience, and the divine wisdom, omnipotence. And as we connect into that frequency and vibration, may we feel all of that, the devotional connectivity, the awareness of the light of creation, and the deepening of our being in the divine wisdom. And as it flows through, we are brought even deeper into that core heart awareness, aligning in that awakening, that vastness, and opening into that. Feeling the Shakti Shiva coming through the mental plane as it unites with the emotional plane and the physical plane. And as we gently move around the sacred wheel, we come to the gateway of North, the gateway of the spiritual body, the element of fire, and the sacred shape of the tetrahedron. And as that gateway gently opens and the threefold flame from unification with the Shakti Shiva comes in, opening and awakening the spiritual body and all of our spiritual presence. We begin to feel the core central hub of this collective communion and connectivity as we all join together, feeling our hearts rising, feeling the love of all that is, anointing our presence. As the sacred gateways come into the heart, bringing forth the divine witnessing that only the spiritual fire can give us. And we feel the power of transmutation, that which can shift and change the form and bring us into our higher awareness. This is the blessings of the outer wheel that brings us to the inner hub. As we connect to that which is beneath us, all of the lifetimes incarnated, coming from that point of inception in which Source issued forth a decree and a call for our hearts and our minds, our souls and our beings to collectively unite. From the moment of our original inception, when we left Source, following like a seed upon the wind, carrying us through time and space and dimension, to this moment of recognition, to this moment of acknowledgement, to this moment of deep, deep awareness. I acknowledge, as we all acknowledge the gift of this moment and the gift of your being. For what would this world, this planet, this plane of existence be without your unique tone and vibration that adds to the collective choral reverie, the choral movements, the orchestral movements? Without that perfected tone, that incorruptible space of being in you, that tone, that frequency, that point of inception that is within you, that seed that is germinating all consciousness within you, is here and is honored, is loved and appreciated for what it is. This is your time, beloved, to give that gift. Give that gift to the heart of thee in this moment. And to feel that presence. To feel the deep felt sense as it rises and opens up what is called the bottom of the pranic tube, that which is the dilation zone, the dilation space that allows for the rising frequencies to spiral up and to touch the heart. And we are here now to celebrate this in ourselves and collectively with each other. So take in a nice deep breath and feel the omnipresent love, the food that awakens, the food that nurtures, that sustains, that gives you this moment of blessedness. And breathe. The awakening breath, the enlivening moment, this sacred space is here, always present, ever present, here for us, right here. So bless it, and be with it. Shine forth, dear ones. In the firmament above, that which descends through the Holy of Holies, all that is, the omnipresent and omniscient fields of the grace of all that is, love in its purified form, descending down, giving all to all, and opening up the top of the pranic tube. So we begin the spiraling motion together in the twin of the heart, with the heart of all that is, the twinning of the mind of all that is, the twinning of the sacred body with the sacred body of all that is, together in this moment of grace, expanding, elevating, and opening our hearts to receive. As we receive in this first anointing of the 12-strand anointing code. Shuri Amaha Yamaha Shuri between the fingertips, before the hands touch in prayer. There, sending out inwardly. And breathe, dear hearts, breathe. For the divine wisdom given forth through this first strand of the Omnitude as it connects us all together in harmonic bliss. Whatever rises or descends, whatever you wish to give to this circle, you are more than welcome to place that in the center of the circle right now, or in the center of your heart. If anything comes up or rises up for you through this first strand of the Omnitude, you are welcome to share it on our message board now, as we prepare to move into the next strand. These strands represent the harp of the heart, and they are strung across the consciousness fields of all planes of existence, and they help us to tune to these many planes of awareness, as well as where we dwell. For although we are here, we exist in multiple planes of consciousness and on multiple timelines. And in this moment of bringing forth this Omnitude, we connect all those strands and all those planes and all those dimensions into this perfect frequency of timelines together. Bringing forth now the second strand, connecting us all into the vehicle of light, into the vehicle of presence. Jemahana tukunu tuesene walahana koete. Here now, we are. I am that I am. Here now, all are. I am that I am. All dwelling, all being, all knowing. We are. I am that I am all. I ask you now, if you so choose, to gently open the palms of the hands as if to receive a gift given. Feeling the Amrit, the dew of the divine, like tiny tingles in the hands. And as we open and tune the second strand in this Omnitude, grace of all that is source, source within source. Opening now. And through this transmission of sound and light, intention and connection, as your hands may fill and become radiant beacons, you are welcome to place them on the heart center or send them forth as fields of intention into any dimension or direction of harmonization and healing for self or others. Strand 2 in this Omnitude. Tuning now. From the strand of the personal to the strand of the transpersonal, we feel the weaving call of the heart of all hearts, and we listen deeply for the calling that rises up in us, asking us to unveil, to stand in the light of all being, to be seen, to be heard, to be known. Come home. Be at home. Awaken the home. Home. Taking in a deep breath and releasing with the sound of ah, the sound of the heart. As waves and riplets of consciousness unfold, unfurl, and as the seed that was carried through inception in you germinates, takes root in preparation for bringing forth and bearing fruit and bringing the harvest. This is your time to tune in to this moment and thank and bless whatever rises up, whatever comes. Let it fill your radiant core with a magnetic magnificence. Let it be made known in your consciousness as it reverberates and echoes through. Echoes through the hallways, through the corridors of your consciousness. What have you come here to be, dear one? What have you come here to know? What have you come here to inhabit? What have you come here to embody? What enlivens and enriches your heart? What makes your heart sing? What awakens the laughter of the sweet, sweet, incorruptible innocence in you? And blessing this strand. As we move to the third strand, as these intentions begin to move out across this planet, come to the wonder and beauty of the gifts you give, of the gifts you receive. And in this third strand in the Omnitude, may you sit in the seat of the soul, anchored, enlivened, enriched in the knowing that any paradigm less than the perfection of your being melts and dissolves in the heart of the holy light that pours through you. Let the melting and dissolving of any paradigm in which you feel a sense of separation or disconnection or lack of involvement and awareness. May that paradigm, that field of awareness dissolve and melt in this next Omnitude, this strand, this weaving of awareness. Breathe into your hearts as you breathe up and breathe down the spiraling codes that come in through the dissolving and melting and disintegrating. So you can truly, truly feel and know the intact entirety, the totality, the ultimate completion. In this strand, it flows in and it flows out, and it reaches where it needs to go, and it goes through how it is meant to go through the physical vehicle, the emotional vehicle, the mental vehicle, the spiritual vehicle, the etheric vehicle, the Akashic vehicle, and the vehicle of light all interweaving, interconnected. This strand does what it is needed to do, which is disentangling us from entanglements where we have felt caught, entwined, confused, wondering and wandering, melting and dissolving, as it brings us to that space of wholeness. Breathe in, dear hearts. Breathe and release. Feel the expansion opening. Take your hands and raise them up. Close your eyes and raise your frequency. Feel the base of your spine and the top of your head connected in a perfect rhythmic line as those spiraling codes rise up and descend. And feel your feet as they are gently tuned and moved. This is your time, dear ones. This is your time. This is your moment to dissolve and melt into the warming fires of love. The love of the Divine Beloved. The love of Shakti and Shiva. Pure power, pure essence. And the consciousness that creates and brings form and order out of chaos. This is your time to allow all of your being to descend into the womb of the mother and rise up into the highest of the divine masculine father, Shakti Shiva. Of awareness, of awakening, of arising and activating and aligning and amending and arising and arriving and ascending. It says, you are loved. You are a gift. I am love. I am a gift. My presence is the present. I open to receive. All is well. All is whole. All is home. Breathe in, dear hearts, as we move to the fourth, fifth, and sixth strand, who work simultaneously together. For the fourth weaves the cup, and the fifth aligns that which is beneath and that which is above, and the sixth fills the cup with the elixir of Amrit, of which we can drink. You may have a physical response in your mouth, of which a liquid will come in, it may not. Imagine yourself drinking. As a fourth strand tunes our awareness of creation, and our capacity to create and to be, through our family, through our relationships, through the inner wisdom, through the profound awareness of the gift of our being. And the fifth strand calls upon that sacred tap that opens the valve and lets the liquid golden light descend, weaving the power and presence of those intentions, calling forth the Amrit, which is the dew of the divine, the beauty of being, the awareness of now, the ever-present. As we expand and elevate and deepen, we can feel this moving through our bodies, as the sixth gives us the opportunity to take what is called the Grail, cup, and divine gnosis, the inner mysteries, the mystery of all mysteries, and take that cup to our lips, metaphorically, consciously, actively, and drink. Drink the dew of the divine. And these are sacred practices that have occurred down through the centuries from time immemorial, the awareness of the awakening on all levels of consciousness, both the mechanics of coherence, of love, and the metaphysics of the gnosis, of the mystery of love, and the merging of that which is the receptive, the aspects of the Shakti, the twin flame of awareness, of opening the womb of all being to receive. The light, the Shiva, divine masculine, Christos, Sananda, feminine, Sophia, Nari, Amrita, Tara, all derivations of the divine goddess and all derivations of the divine god, merging in the cup of which we bring to the lips that which opens and that which communes and communicates. We bring that in to our being now, to the fourth, fifth, and sixth, together. Annagiagiato Amekiaro Ilakiara Surana Ilakiara Sanamai Sono Somate Diva Sananda Saros Ivaya Si Sato Sanatera Nandagi Sirama Karati Alurumate Adami Shakti Marate Shanti Amma Shanti Amma Shanti Amma. Feel through your being, through your breath, as you breathe into these strands, merging and creating the opportunity to dive deep and embody through the cup, through the opening of the womb of creation. And breathe in as the light in the vehicle rises up to receive. As each of the chakras, medicine wheels, spinning vortexes, portals, receive the anointing of the Amrit through the cup that comes to the lips, into the heart, flowing through you now, if you so choose to receive this spinning wheels of being. Shakti Shiva Cristo Santo As we thank and bless this Omnitude, we now connect in to strand 7, 8, and 9, which prepares the vehicle to receive the final strands. And we see that all the dissolving has opened all of the wavelengths and opened up all of the rivulets and passageways, and opened up all of the gateways, and opened up all of the intentions, and opened up all of the pathways, so that we may be at one with all that is. Drinking in the waters of formation. As 7, 8, and 9 tune to the elemental properties, to the waters of creation, to the earth of formation, to the air of elevation, through the fire of transmutation, through the ether of coalition, through the akasha of transformation, through the body of light, of all union, unity in all formation. And we bring the strands of 7, 8, and 9 into sacred geometric forms, from the flower of life to Metatron's cube, to the amplihedron, which is a sacred shape that moves through time and space, and it weaves our heart's intentions through all the sacred geometry codes, both electronic and organic, through bioelectric and biomagnetic, through time and space and dimension. We call forth strands 7, 8, and 9 to bring the elemental properties, the organic and inorganic, crystalline, coding, to form the new matrix of the body of light on the tree of life, rising up from the tree of love. The 10 separates now form and spin as we are guided through the Kundalini, rising up through these 3 strands. We see the Ida and the Pingala, that which is receptive and transmittive, and that which is the neutral core, the Shushuna, rising up the spine. And we see how these all intermingle and bring about the great transmutation, the great formation, the great opening into the light of all light, the core of all core, the being of all being, as we thank and bless the presence within all presence, the knowing within all knowing, the being within all being. Tuning in, thanking all in all this moment. 7, 8, 9 strands connecting in the frequency.